Hi everyone, welcome to our treasure home Sunday live, and I got messy hair tonight. It's raining outside, the wind is blowing, and then we're under a thunderstorm warning. Hopefully the lights don't go out. I was trying to think of microwave line. So hi, Mr. and Mrs. Walter Joe. Hi, Carla. Thank you for being here. Hi, TV watchers and those in the chat. We're going to have some fun tonight. So we're going to say hi, TV watchers, watchers, hi, chat, hi, replay watchers. I try to type faster than my fingers really can go. So that's why the capitals here and there and everywhere and every which way in between. Okay, Rebecca, thank you. So, yeah, I have got my sewing stuff out, but I'm gonna wait a little bit more, just a few more minutes and everything, and all. So, but today's been a good day. It was warm. It was almost 70 degrees here. Oh my goodness! So we had the AC on. Like, you're not supposed to have the AC on in the winter time, but that's okay. We have storms coming through. Um, right now, we're under a thunderstorm warning. So if you hear some kaboom, 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 that's the thunder out there. So the wind has picked up and everything. It says weather for Lincoln Village conditions are rain showers with a temperature of 65 degrees. The wind is blowing from the south-southwest at 19 miles per hour and the current humidity is 69%. So I think that is from the Weather Channel, which is at the main airport. And I don't like going by them because they ain't really not. But the low tonight is 24. So with the wind coming, it's going to start dropping really fast. And then the airport over here by us, severe thunderstorm warning. The Weather Channel app that they already have on your phone doesn't have this. From 10:40 p.m. to 11 p.m. And it says hazard 60 miles per hour wind gust. Source radar indicated expected damage to trees and power lines. This includes I-70 in Ohio between mile markers 78 and 98. So yeah, we're in that area. The wind advisory is from 8:05 p.m. tonight to Monday at 6 p.m. And wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. So according to this little weather app, a weather bug app, we got 30% chance of snow tomorrow. I love it. So, and then 60% chance snow Thursday. So we'll see. It's been changing every day because atmosphere, this, that, and the other, and all is changing. So all right, hold on. I gotta type something. How do I put this? trying to spell deceit. So the man that I got the snack mix from and everything, Dr. Roberts, he's live on Instagram. So it showed he's taking prayer requests. I want to put that in there because oh my goodness. Okay. So a lady said her son contracted the West Nile virus. Oh my goodness. We'll pray for them. Dear Lord, right now as we left these prayer requests out that people are asking through Dr. Roberts. We just lift them up. We know that you are the great physician and that everybody's healed. The blindness of being tricked by the devil be taken away. And whatever needs to be done, dear Lord, your will be glorified. In Jesus' name, amen. So there we go. All right. So, tonight I'm going to show y'all my fabric that I still have that is part of my plans of 2026. It was supposed to be of 2025, but did not get there. Hi, Heather. So, I can't say that out loud, but I know I can type it in the chat. There we go. So, all right. So we are, Nancy is typing fast. I'm typing. So, yeah. And then I get to fast and I typing fast, and then, I have to go back and correct spelling and everything. I don't have autocorrect on that's computer. And even if I was like autocorrect on the phone, it messes up. So, you know, learning to type on a regular typewriter. Then we had that little you had whiteout, or the cool thing was the little pieces of paper you could type the letter that you messed up on, and keep on typing. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So that's why I'm trying to explain. So, right, now I have this left. Do I have any? Yeah. I love this fabric. The tea kettles and the teacups. Oh my goodness. And I have made some mug rugs with this. And I have this much left. So not quite 3 yards. I would say maybe about a yard and a half, maybe. But I was like, this would make a cute table runner. Maybe. It wouldn't go all the way across my table, but just some ideas, trying to think out loud. But yeah, I've and the butterflies. So I made mug rugs for Anastasia and me with that one. And it's like still trying to figure out what else I could use that with. I still have this is the iron one batting that kind of goes in between on the bottom part. So I still have some of this left. And then I got things on, and then here's some more of it. So I've got had some ideas, but I get the ideas and then I pull all of it out. It's like what I did. Hey, Jane Doe. And then we have this fabric. I've used it to I'm make Anastasia something with it. Can't remember. It's upstairs. And this is yellow. It's got the little flowers on it and everything. That's about the same length as the other one. And then this was the I use this as the backing. No, not the backing. The border for Anastasia's quilt that I did. This is the watermelon. So I have quite a bit of this left. And so I like it. It's cute. So I still, trying to think of other projects to do. Maybe take this and make, I like to try and do a pencil. Hey, Donnie. A pencil, hey, Donnie, how you doing? Or, Jennifer, whichever one. A pencil pouch. Now, I had this. I just used this as a carton. Cut it or nothing. Well, this is a Christmas scene, and it has had the sparkly stuff in it. So this is actually still a yard. I was thinking, maybe okay, so I don't know. I don't like cutting fabric. Oh, sweet. Hi, Donnie and Jennifer. I just have a hard time cutting fabric because it's so beautiful. And then we had this. Anastasia still loves Paw Patrol. So this is a yard also. So just trying to think of things, the ones that Anastasia likes that she had picked out to do something for her. And then this is what I used for the back. All right, so let me flip this around. And this was sent to me during that swap. So I still have a lot of this left. But this has like school days, homework, ABC, pick me, scissors, crayons, books, adding 2 plus 2, 1 plus 3. So what I did, I took it and made 3 strips the same size. And then this is the crayon one, so I have a lot of that left over. And I have some of it's in strips. And then the other one is the polka dots. So, and that's how I made the back of it. Hey, Darlene. So it would be like the polka dots. It was like this. I have a small one of the. I don't think so. So I did it like this. So it'd be a panel of this, a panel of this, and a panel of this. And that was the backing of the that quilt I did for her. And it's still on her bed. She sleeps with it every night. So I was like I said, I still have a lot of the polka dot. The adding. A lot of this. More of the adding type material. And more of polka dots. So, and this is it is batting, but it's not the iron on. It more feels like that snow stuff that you put down and you put all your Christmas stuff on and everything. And that's what it feels like, but it wasn't supposed to be like that. So, because I have some on my shelf for my manger scene, that stays there all year long. I told nobody about to touch it. So, and then, let's see here. All right, this is stuff I. All right, these squares I actually got from Temu. So it has different ones in there. And the last time I washed them, they shrunk. I got a set that shrunk. So if I like doing like the quilt blocks, like I was showing you all the book, if you cut them from here to here and put two together and everything, or I could do a 9-patch. I think. See, I thought that was something else I thought I came up with. I said, oh, we'll just put this box, just sew them all together and put like 3, 3, and 3. They go, oh, that's a 9-patch. I said, oh, I thought I came up with something new. That was so funny. And then here's the other. Now this is the fusible cotton batting. That's what that other one is. So I still have some of that left. Oh, here comes the rain. Now this is batting, but it's not the fusible. I forgot what this should be. Oh, it's not in there. But I have used some of it. I've got this is like a rough type of batting. Here comes the rain. Oh, and then I use that now. Here's the butterfly I used to make something for. Ooh, it's really coming down. I mean dragonfly. I said butterfly. This is a dragonfly. And so now I've got a bunch of that left. It's just a thing. So here's some of the blocks that I cut out of the fabric. And I was like, I wish I hadn't cut them all into blocks. So I still have some of this like Christmas green. I use that to make a block. Oh, I crocheted this. It was supposed to be a headband type thing to help hold your hair up. And yeah, it didn't do that well. And some more of that other batting. So I do have fusible cotton batting to do stuff with. Now this is what I want to do. I've had this, oh my goodness, since 2010 or 11 to do for my son because he liked Dale and Earnhardt. So I've had this way before the accident. So that was my goal before Christmas to get this sewn up. But see, I didn't do it. So that's one of my main projects because his birthday is in February. So I'm going to keep that out. This is a toilet paper holder for a single roll toilet paper that I made. And then I have Christmas fabric. This is cute. It's got it makes me think of Little Debbie Christmas. The Little Debbie cakes that come out at Christmas time. So, and then I have this. Here it's got kitchen stuff, the handmade teacups, measuring cups, olive bottom, salt and pepper shakers, and stuff. With that, I wanted to make a my own oven mitt. That's why I have some of the batting. And I was like, the first I'll go get it in a minute, but I don't have it's not from the inside. You can, when you I try to use it, you still can feel the heat. So I messed up somewhere. And this is cute. This was given to me. This has little sharks on it. And then we have a blue camouflage. Now this is interface. It says fusible interfacing iron. So that's the interfacing, not batting. And then, so here's some of that heart fabric I still have left. That's what I made that flat quilt with. So it's that. I don't know if I have any. Is it that? Yep. No, I know what it was. I don't see any scraps yet. And I think this is dirty, but I think, yeah, this side and this one is what I made that lap quilt with. And Anastasia has that. The Christmas tree fabric make a cute fabric bag for Christmas prep. Yeah, that's cool. So here's more of that coffee, the tea kettle and teacups. See, I did some more things with this, but this is X and O's. I think those were like mug rugs. I was just making them up to try to get myself used to sewing and everything. And so I made Anastasia a bunch of them. I was making me some. And then here's some blue flannel. I did make one pair of flannel pants, but I can get them up to the top of my thighs. I'm trying to lose weight so I can get into them. I made them from someone else, but bag, not babe. It's okay. But she don't want to try them on. So I'll see if Anastasia will try them on. I still have a bunch of the hearts fabric. That's cute. Now this fabric I have a whole bunch of because I made a skirt for Anastasia. And now I can fix it, but she don't want me to fix it. So I have a bunch because it was supposed to be a skirt and a dress. So I still want to make her something that she can wear. That's more of that. Then I crocheted. This is supposed to be like, you put a jar in it. Like if you want to put a jar of candy in it, and it will cover the jar up. Santa holder. And I kept this because this was the first block I ever made. So I kept it. And yes, sorry about that. This one and this one, the two middle ones are different. I didn't realize till after I put it together. I'm like, forget it. I'm not fixing it that way. So I kept that. It's the first block I ever made. And these are just like scraps, but like, this is actually pink, but it shows up like purple. The computer. And then I have this. And I have these I made the dog pillow with. I have some of this. It's this gray, and they've got yellow, and I have red. Oh, I know what I did. Some of them I made little mini dog pillows for anesthesia stuffed animals, like stuffies. And some of my animals. It's time for her stuffy. And here's more of the stars. And I still have fabric and a tape underneath the table. That's where like some of the other stuff is at. And then this is I made another dog pillow out of the John Deere fabric. So it's John Deere, the yellow flowers, and something else I used. Huh. Oh, and a cow print. I think I still have some of that left. Let's look over there. Look at the pillow. Yeah, so that's that. Then I have this fabric. I think it reminds me of Christmas. Let's see here. Then I have this green, and I was going to make a kind of like a table runner because I have it like this. Because I was going to put it on my shelf right there. And I don't have the, well, I guess what I want to do is for the other side. Oh, and when I think of, oh, I got that fabric. No, it's in storage. So it's like, so I have to buy something to go on the back of that. Oh, so there's where these stockings are at. See, I knew I was missing some stockings. Oh, no, no, no. You're not doing that. So I know what not to do next year. Because I was looking at old videos. We put up stuff on. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm missing some stockings. Because we have the Santa Claus stocking. I did not make this. This is, oh, let me see. 25. 25 plus 2 is 27. Yeah, 27 years old. What's wrong with that? I see how a red one to go with my other ones that were up hanging up. I was wondering where that was at. So that's where they were at. And this is from Avon. I did not make that either. So I do have more of the heart, this heart fabric. Now all this fabric, except for, I said that green I bought, everything else was sent to me. The only other thing, all right, so the panel right there, I bought that at Hobby Lobby. And then the Grinch panel I bought at Hobby Lobby. And the green that I showed y'all that has that batting, it's on the back of the Grinch. And I think I did a red on the back of that manger scene. So yeah, here's some more of the X and O's. And some more of the, this one is just that pattern. And of course, I have my favorite, Charlie Brown. Now, I was going to make something with that, and I don't remember. I don't know what I was making. And I had it diffusable stuff on it, which I'm glad it stayed. It stayed on there. But again, I don't. Oh, yeah. I did probably have backing for it, but now this is just white. I mean, I can use that white on that, or the like this one. Put the white on this, and be white and green. And like I said, I bought a bunch of this because I was. So if somebody knows how to make an apron, sew a dress, because I want to make Anastasia a dress out of that. An apron would be nice too. So this is flannel. It was supposed to be making pants, flannel pants, but that was years ago. So the size that I have for Anastasia that would make the yard fabric, it was not going to work anymore. Like, oh goodness. Oh, okay, I do have that fabric. All right, so this fabric, this is like, okay, is this brown or this is more of a deep purple. I want to make me a dress. Then I have this pattern. This is orange. It's like pinks and orange and all in there. I use this one and the blue one I want to show you. I made bulk cozies with them. So this is more, this is like a, so, because it has a shiny side. Oh, there you go. So I made bulk cozies out of these. I was like, these are, the girl that sent me this one, the orange one and everything, some of these are not cheap fabrics. Oh, then here's that cow print I used to make the dog pillow. I'll get that in a minute. A cute romper. Yeah. The pattern I had for the romper size was when Anastasia was like 4, 5, 6 years old. You need that. You talking about this one? Text me. Then we have this blue flower one. And then I have, this is a yard. This is red, white, and blue. So I would just take these, the ones like this, and just change them up at the kitchen window for different seasons and everything until I made the one that's at the kitchen window because it's so cold. So, and it's just been left up there. And see this. I like these and I don't like these. But I was like, this is the little boy. And it has the puppy dog with him. Now this one should be easier to make than the other ones. And then we have the little girl. Little girl. And then the kitty. So I'm thinking, that's what I was trying to get out. Talking about trying to do too much at one time, crochet, sew, this, that, and the other at one time. And I'm like, I got to make a better plan because the sewing got put off. So things I wanted to make also for Christmas for people didn't get made because I was doing other things too. So that I want to make. And then this one is a bunny rabbit. Oh my goodness. It has so many pieces. Let's see if it shows a picture of it. And I'm like, yeah, that more like be like hand sewn together than on the sewing machine. Let's see if it shows a picture of the bunny rabbit, but it don't. I'm just like, okie dokie, how in the world do I do this one? Let's see here. And then I sewed Anastasia a blanket. I have no idea where it's at. But she has a blanket that she's had since she was a baby. So both sides are like the kind of like that mink material and everything. So I sewed her one bigger. One side is pink and one side is turquoise, and I use this as the trimming to go around it. So I still have some of this left over, and she would take it and just fold it up. She goes, "That's my scarf, is Nana." You may get to laugh. So there's a. I'm gonna have to ask her where that blanket's at. It might be in that thing, that tote thing that's underneath her bed, right there. All right. Then we have this purple. This is so beautiful. I have not used this for anything yet, because I'm still thinking, what do I use it for? Because there's this paint box by Lonnie Ross for Andover Fabrics. So this like stuff that people sent me 3 years ago, and I was like, there's some other stuff you just don't, make just like little things with. And then we have this is kind of like a tie-dye thing. So either way, but this is the correct side. So that's what that looks like. And I know some of those things I made, not book covers, but book sleeves for her to put her books in. Like when they go somewhere and she puts her books in her backpack and everything. Not school books, but books that she reads. That when she has a sleeve, she can put that in there so the pages don't get all messed up. And then we have this one. This one's cute too. I can see the others going, that'd be a cute apron. Because I was thinking the same thing. All right. Grab these. And then here is okay. These are two different panels. So I got this is what I bought myself. This is from Hobby Lobby. And it's a snowman. So we got snowman. And this one is the Grinch with the tree and Max and the train and kind of like a little different things, some Whoville and everything. So, and each of those are a yard. So still trying to figure out. Yeah. Apron. Because I do have a pattern to make an apron, and I have not made that either. And then this right here. Do I have anything put together with this? kind of yes and no. All right. I was measuring out, but I don't have anything like together with it. I have this is a whole piece right there, a fall thing of, you know, the old farm and everything like that. So I have that. And then here's my other, this one has pumpkins on it. So this would be my mock carton that I put up. So different things, ideas, as like I said, I like that. Actually, this whole piece does fit on this batting. I don't have it sewn together or anything. I was like, that's a piece I don't really want to cut up. I'm just like, oh, it's too pretty to cut. Let's see here. Here we get to the end. And then we have, this is like a story night type thing, I guess you would say. That's pretty. And then I have, this is, it's in two pieces. It's a panel. I was like, you know, oh, it's, that like that. Well, it's upside down. There we go. Like that all the way around. And they cut part of this part off. I guess they only wanted to use the top. But then it has hearts throughout also. And I'm like, how did you cut that to, yeah, the trucks? That's so cute. So like they cut this. So they cut this whole piece out to use. And I'm just like, how would you use that? And then this one is just an odd piece, but it's pretty cool at the same time. It's make sure I get everything on here. Okay, there's the palm trees and the sailboat. But then where are they at? That's the leaf one. Because there's a flamingo on here. There it is. There's the flamingo right there. So that's what I have in this zipper bag. I didn't pull out what's underneath the because there's more. I have Valentine's Snoopy. I have a pumpkin Snoopy. Um, Christmas Snoopy. I don't know what I did with that. And all. So loads of stuff to do. Fabric. I might have to change the shirt because I'm getting warm. It's like, oh my goodness. Alright, let me change the shirt because I am getting warm. No wonder it's 66 degrees in here. Charlie Brown baby doll dress. You could wear pants under, be cute. Hey, that's a good idea. I hadn't thought about that. Alright, so this is the shirt I want to make myself. I like all these styles. So I have the material to make it. I had just talked myself out of doing it too much. Alright, so that purple, purple, dark purple, this is the dress I want to make. So I'm just like, okay, it's time to stop saying I can't do it, or I don't have time, or I'm scared to cut the fabric, and I'm just like, it's time to get over that. And this is another dress I want to make. So this is another dress I want to make. I want to make Anastasia. She loves dresses. So I'm like, this is a simple one that I can sit there and make. It just drapes. And I'm like, no zippers, no buttons. It's a wrap. Drapes front to back. I'm like, why I sit here and talk myself out of doing things? I know. Here's some other shirts I want to do. This is a dress. This is maybe a little bit more, but here's a dress I want to do. I have the fabric for me and my daughter-in-law. Here are the pajamas sets that I want to make. I know how to get going. I know. So, and my daughter-in-law picked this one out, but I thought it was still cute. And then we have these, and I like to make those pants and the skirt. That's what I want to make. And like this little dress. I don't think Anastasia could fit in that anymore. Oh goodness. But I'll have to see, because I try let me measure her. And her mom had a cow, and it's like, I can't sew clothes if I don't know the measurements. Oh, I'm not going there. We just leave it at that. All right, so that's some patterns. I still have more. This is what I want to do. I want to make every single one of those, from the bag to this right here, to the makeup holder right there, or whatever it is, and then that bag right there. And then Rita sent me this. This is her chicken thing that she does on her quilts. So I'm just like, I kind of like, can you cut that out without messing, I don't know. I guess you print several of them out, so then you could cut the ones that you want. I was sent this pattern. Yeah, this is a sample, a block pattern, Liberty Star. I won that summer, and then someone sent me this one. So to do that. Now these patterns I bought myself. because I was gung-ho. I was going to do it all. So the tablecloths, the placemats, and the pillows. But now as I have started doing things, I have a few coveralls I want to make. Yeah, exactly. I've gotten more comfortable, not as nervous. Yeah, this is, somebody sent me this. This is a fold and stitch wreath. I did buy this pattern, and I would like to make every single thing. These are cute. This is for the car. And then you have the bags over here, and those bags up top. Let me get the rest of them. Because I thought it was the other sewing machine, and so they bought me a new sewing machine, Christmas of 2019. 2018, I got the computer. 2019, I got the sewing machine, I think. So, yeah, Anastasia wouldn't fit in that anymore. But that's okay. Then, just different Halloween costumes that they picked out. And say I have the romper. I did try to sew this and make that one. And, yeah, that's okay. Then we have, this is this Waluigi? And I never knew it. Because we got the Ninja Turtle. It's for the Ninja Turtle, but they've got the parents ones and then the kids ones. Jumper, overalls. Huh. How about that? Then Wonder Woman outfit. Yeah, that's what I want to look like. I don't want to be that skinny. Well, not skinny, but then you have the Princess Cape and Dracula. And then you have Asian style things. Of course, I can make this is lower. And then we do have komodos, however they are called. These. Then we have Batwoman and the Joker. Then I don't know what my daughter-in-law was thinking. She wanted those. And then we have the mermaids. So I would like to do that for Anastasia. So at least they give us the adult size in there too. So like cool. So yeah, that's what Oh yeah, that's to be easy in my head. I could do every single thing. You get home, like, what does this mean and what does that mean? What about darts? Do I cut this out? Do I not cut this out? I don't understand that part. And I'm like, well, then I thought, I could watch online. YouTube has everything. Just Google it, if everybody says. It's not that easy. All right, and then this one. These cute skirts and everything. Because Anastasia likes wearing skirts and dresses. So that's one thing I want to do this year is to make skirts. And this one is when I made that one with the stars on, but it didn't come out right. All right, so I have the material because I want to make this wrap. I think every single kind of way it is. It looks cute. Then robes. Come on, we had robes growing up. you got out of bed to go somewhere, whether it was the kitchen, you put your robe on, and then I have this one. I like this one, but they're all nice, all three of them. And then these onesie jumpers. I want to make those too, so it gives adult size and kid size. And some more pants, pajama pants. And this is kind of like I don't want to say pajama pants, but house pants and shirts, just to wear around and you don't feel like getting dressed and everything. And here's the other rompers. Yeah, I don't think you're getting that. So those are, there's projects I have put off way too long. And I'm like, no more. Especially these are projects since age of 12, 10 years ago that I wanted to make. And I just didn't do it. Let me get that pillow. Because as soon as I got my confidence, somebody else tear it down. So I said, forget it. So then I was like, my hand, and then my hands. So then that was a big part. Not being able to do anything with your hands. I couldn't sew. I couldn't touch the fabric. That was just awful. But here's the dog pillow that I made. So here's that cow. Here's the flowers. And then there's the John Deere. So that was fun. I did this with, I challenge you to pick one short for you to make by the end of January. I'll make my coveralls. Deal? You got it, girl. You got it. All right. So I'll go back through it. Shorts, or are you talking about the skirt? Shirt. Okay, shirt. You got it. So I stuffed this and then I had to hand sew it to finish it and everything. But yeah. Now, Ellen Pinky, Auntie Ellen, G Quat Traditions, she got me up on her panel and I was so nervous because I was telling her, I really don't know how to say that. She goes, it doesn't matter, just do it. Like you said, Heather, and she got me up on her panel and she walked me through how to do this and everything because she sent me the print out the pattern and then showed me how to you print it out, put it together, and then you cut it. So and then you trace it and you cut 3 of these out and everything. And I was like so nervous, but she goes, you do a great job. And one thing I love about her is that she has been making quilts. She was sewing since she was like 10 or so, whatever. And I asked her about quilts and everything, but she goes, don't pay attention to those ones that sit there. This has to be perfect. And this lines up. And she goes, you sew the way you sew. She goes, so what if the line doesn't go right and the stitch in the ditch isn't right this way or that way? She goes, you're sewing and that's what counts. And that's who built my confidence in sewing was Auntie Ellen. And I was just like, her getting me up on panel too. So I'll get the other 2. Well, one's under the bed. Not under the bed, but under the covers. Let's get the other one. Oh. Let me see if I find those. Yes, here they are. Because I'm thinking, oh, when you sew, you're supposed to sew perfect and everything when you start sewing. She goes, well, you don't know that ever shows perfect when you start. Who told you that? I'm like, I don't know who told me that. So the zigzag ones, this is the yellow, the gray, and the red. And I use this one as my pillow for when I go to bed. I put between my legs, between my knees, to keep my left leg elevated so that it's not drooping down, because that pulls on those muscles and everything. So instead of buying one, whether you get it from Temu or the store or whatever, $50 is a lot of money. So between the batting, I bought the big box of it because we're using to make amigurumis, and I was doing pillows and stuff. So like $20, maybe $25 for that big box, and we used it all up. So we used this to stuff that and other stuffies and everything. So this has really lasted. Oh my goodness, that was over a year ago, a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit longer than that we made it. And so, hey, my sewing is sticking. The stitches are doing pretty good. And then here are the first ever pair of lounge pants, pajama pants, whatever. So still have to learn more about sewing the elastic, because the elastic is not tight at all. And what about this? I could sit there. Actually, what happened was, I can tell the elastic came apart. So that one part of the elastic is here, and one part is here. But what I can see now, I can actually take this apart and redo it. That's a lot of seam ripping. But that's part of the fun, right? So yeah, that's why. But here they are. They're not bad looking. I think they're pretty good. I meant to put pockets in there, but I didn't. But that's all right. Actually, this is the first pair I made. The second pair I made was for Anastasia, and they ripped in the seam. So that I never was able to fix, because you don't need to fix it. Let me go on there and keep my mouth shut. So that's not all of it, but that's what I got to tonight. Like I said, I've got stuff underneath this in a tote down here. Hey, Karma! Honey's doing my chores tonight, so tired and tons to get done before Thursday. Just resting tonight so I can get a lot done tomorrow. Hope you're doing well. That's good that you're resting. So, yeah, I have to say, Nancy, stop talking yourself out of doing things. You know? Let's see, I think these are all the costumes. Some of that is cosplay, however they do it, say it. So, yeah. All right. Let's see here. We got that one. That one. That's a dress. Yes, that's a dress. That's still a cute dress. I can always add straps to that. Yeah, school tomorrow. Nobody has to be up early. That's still so cute. All right. So these are dresses. That's not these. That's the jumpers. Those the pajamas. Those are those. That. Those are the robes. That's the drape thing. And those are the skirts. All right. 1, 2. I'll put that over there. Let's see what I got down here. So I think those are the pocketbook stuff. That's the table stuff. Those are both things, and that's the other pocketbook stuff. All right. So the two that are the shirts. This one. This one. And I have this one. So I like to find some denim in various shades. Yeah, I think that'd be cool too. Let's see here. I'm saying the reason I like this style is because it has the V-neck in it, especially when when I get hot. These are all polyester shirts too. Which one? I wonder if we could get others to do the challenge. Oh, that'd be cool too. I'm thinking, let's see. I want to challenge myself to do this drape one, that one, but this one don't have all that fancy stuff. I know what they're called. I just can't think of them. The little flower things and all right there and everything. I know it's called. But this one right here doesn't have it on there. So I was thinking of doing this one. So, and then, no, which fabric? Oh, let's go here. Let's go here. Well, first I gotta see how much fabric I'm gonna need. Alrighty. Because it depends on the fabric. It depends on what size I would need. I guess because I don't want to make it too big, but then I don't want to make it too small, and then, All right, so this is F. I don't need, I think that's French. So for me, hot avec so de comptes et de cheese. I think that's French. So the top, at least 2.5 yards. All right, so. All right, darling. Thank you so much for being here. So I know that's not 2.5 yards. That might still be 2.5 yards, but this is Cold Spell by Laundry Basket Quilts from Modo. So this is supposed to be cotton. So I think this would be enough. So that's one fabric. So this fabric right here is what I was talking about. It was supposed to be for the dress. And then I have a brown, the same It's not silk, but it's a softer, like a drape. Oh darn! I have nowhere to set a sewing machine that's cat proof. Oh my goodness! So then I have brown to make that top in the pants. So I know this is. I would have to measure it, but I don't think. I don't think it's long enough. I know. All right. That's that right there. See, I would have to. I cut this, but I might have enough. This one might be enough too. I'm just listening. Alrighty. So this one and the other blue one. Alright. So this orange. See, I don't feel like they're cotton because they feel more stiff. So, because like I said, then I would have to make it bigger, I guess. So you would have room to do that in the shirt. Is that? And that's the white. Alrighty. So there's those stockings. All the scraps. And that winter one is only 1 yard. Oh, let's see here. And everything over here is stations. Oh, let's see. So I think it's down to 2 different ones.
McSqueezies, we're not McDonald's.
Alrighty. So we have this fabric and we have this one. So I'll have to measure to make sure I have 2.5 yards. Right. Hey, Linda. All right, let's see here. For F, 45. So thread 1 package of 1/4 rod elastic, 1 package, a half a wide single fold bias tape. Look for some simplicity nations and rate trims. All right, so the fabrics they say laundered cottons, charmeuse, challis, crepe back satin, crepe de chine, laundered silk rayons, double georgette, matte jerseys, 2-way stretch, soft lightweight linen and linen blends, extra fabric needed to match plaid stripes or one-way design fabrics. So, yeah, this one. So you're talking about If this is the shiny, so we're gonna go shiny blue, and this is actually from Joann's. All right, so shiny blue or Moda blue. We're challenging each other to make stuff we don't put off. So Heather's doing a jumper thing. I'm doing this shirt right here. I really would like to make this shirt, but I'm like, well, we'll start with this one first. To see by the end of January. Because it's like, all right, the second one. All right, so this one, the Moda blue. All right, here we go. We got a plan going. And I'll do it on the live. We'll do it on the live. Measure and all that stuff and everything. Yes. Definitely. As like I said, that's why I was talking about 26 goals because, I used to go, what's your New Year's resolution? There's not a New Year's resolution except you my pattern and fabric choice. Okay. And I was like, even if you say, okay, I want to lose weight, that's still a goal. It's not a resolution. A resolution is changing the way you do something, change the way you think. That's what I'm thinking. I Jane Doe, see you later. I know you love those Come on, this mouse. This mouse runs on a battery. It's a wireless mouse, but it's a battery. So, and at nighttime, I forget to turn it off most of the time. So I'm constantly changing the batteries. Also, but yeah, this is why I was like, sit there and get a group of friends. We use the internet now. There's no going back. It's there. It's not going away. Just like AI, it's not going away. They tested it out many, many times over the years, and till people were comfortable doing it and everything, and now it's here. You think about the movies back in the day with Matthew Broderick and Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh, be back. Terminator and all that. That was just a test to see. I gotta keep my mouth shut before my channel says you can't say that. The first project was too busy. Yeah, this one. This is more like to me like a pillow. So it'd be more like maybe more like a pillow or something like that. So like the purses and the zipper things to make and everything. I think what this would be good for. And then with hot sauce. Taco food. Oh goodness. Yeah. That cucumber stuff with chili oil. It's actually good, but boy, it's hot. A sundress. Yeah, that could be good for a sundress. Maybe a skirt with a solid color top. No, because you could have a white top or a blue top. Then you have a dark blue. This looks kind of like gold in there. So that's what we used to do. Remember that back in the day? Get a jean skirt, and then you just change the tops out. You have a different outfit. I remember my first jean skirt I ever had, going from 8th grade to 9th grade. I weighed 175 pounds, And that summer, I lost 40 pounds because I was tired of the kids teasing me for being overweight. So the first things I got, because my mom took me to J.C. Penney, and she was working. She had her own money. Of course, they both paid bills, but then my mom had her own money. She had J.C. Penney credit card, a Sears credit card, a Tallheimer's credit card. So I went to J.C. Penney. I'll never forget. It was purple. Her color was purple, and I'm like, I'm not getting everything purple. I like blue. So I got my first blue jeans skirt. And then I had a lavender button up shirt. And then I had one that was stripes. It was and pink, purple, another color. And on the collar, she got my initials. And my initials were NER. So I was like, oh, put a D on the end of it. It makes me a nerd. So see, it's okay to be a nerd. So those two shirts, and it's another thing, a couple other things, and then so but all through high school and everything, I cut my weight off and everything. So I was really glad about that. But I'll never forget. One day I go to pick up, had in my mind what I'm going to wear for school the next day. Go to grab it, and I'm like, "Where's my shirt?" And my other sister, she have it on. I'm like, "You didn't ask." I said, "I can't wear y'all's clothes, but you need to ask me if I have to wear that or not." They were always borrowing my clothes, because then by that time they could wear my clothes too. They just liked my style. I'm like, if that's the case, just go buy it yourself. you know, my best friend, she did give me a skirt. It was a size 12, 11, 12. And then, so it depended on the clothes. I could wear a 12 or 14. Sometimes a 9, 10. And this depends on what brand and everything it was. So it was so nice. I was like, then, got married, had kids, put on the weight, didn't get it off. Then through my divorce and everything, I was working at GNC before then. But the guy that I worked with was my part timer. He was a weight trainer and stuff, and so that's how he got me with doing the low carb. It's actually called the carbohydrate addicts diet, and I think that book's in storage. But he said he modified it a little bit for me to where it was no carbs for breakfast, no carbs for lunch. But the key was to walk 30 minutes before you ate breakfast. He goes, that changes your system, your body, and teaches your body to burn the fat that's stored in your body for fuel before you put any carbs in. So it's like no carbs for breakfast, no carbs for lunch, and then for your meal, is you start. So if you start at 6, you have from 6 to 7 to eat. Those first 3 days, I thought I was starving by the time I got home. Not I ate, but actually by the third day, in 30 minutes, I was full. I was like, I can't. And I still had stuff I wanted to finish eating. So I was just like, okay, I finished it all up. But then it started, and I'm telling you, you drink lots of water and be prepared to go to the bathroom, because then your body is burning that fuel stuff, the fat for fuel, and it's flushing it out. And I'm like, I know it works. I've done it several times. And so I can start off good, but I'm telling you now, it's like the third day. I don't know why the third day gets hard for me. And so, what I've done, like I said, last week when they went to the grocery store, week before last, they bought that big thing of eggs, 60 eggs for $10. So now I'm like, okay, I don't have to kind of like scarcely use the eggs. Now I have eggs, so actually I've been eating eggs except for today. Every day for breakfast, eat 2 eggs every day for breakfast, and that fills me up. Of course, but I'm not getting up till like later, so it's like a brunch lunch. same thing. So, but then I have, I get the chicken in there, or let's see. By the time usually I'm eating there, if I have eggs and bacon, whatever, I'm good until dinner time. So then I eat my dinner. So we between 4 and 5, and I've gotten myself used to eating at that time, maybe 4:30. So I'll fix my plate, or if they fix like tomorrow, they'll have chicken and rice. They'll make the honey chicken and rice. So I'll let it sit and cool. So I'll have from like 4:30, 4:45 to 5:30, 5:30 or so to eat. And I take my time eating. I have to take my time eating because the tooth, the molar, and the wisdom tooth are broke. But it's not broke to the point where it bothers me. It's funny because the molar that broke when I started taking my vitamin D, it started growing back. Like, okay, that's really weird. I mean, there's a sharp point right there that I can feel. And just the only thing that bothers me is because now my jaw's offline a little bit. And then the space between the two molars right here. But that's easy. You just take a toothpick and, get it out, whatever. So what I've been doing is rinsing with warm salt water to help my gums and everything. So, but I eat slow now because I want to say it's almost like gumming your food. But I cut it up. No, I cut the chicken up and everything, and I eat it. And it's like, so the slower I eat, the and they say the slower you eat, the faster you get full or whatever. But sometimes I feel like I'm like, if I'm really hungry, I'm just like, just chew and go. And I was like, oh no. But it's been that way since 2021. And the dentist wanted to send me to a periodontist who was not even in my network. So I would have to pay out of pocket. And I thought to myself, because they were like, they told me that, well, he may not be in your network. You had to, we checked. He's not in. I'm like, if he's not in my network, well, then why are you still recommending me to call him and set up an appointment, which would probably cost like $100 out of pocket anyway? I'm like, I'm not doing that. They didn't give me no paperwork whatsoever. No one wanted to, none whatsoever, about what they recommend to be done or anything. I didn't find out what they said until I got the paperwork from my insurance company. So Monday, that's something I need to call them and tell them. I said, "Don't you approve that? That's not what the stuff that's on there. They didn't even tell me they were going to do a screw here and this, that, and the other." Oh, no, 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 no. I will find someone else when it comes to springtime because, no, I don't think so. Because, you know, watching the weather, like, oh my goodness. I'm like, okay, it's going to get cold. So I see. Now the rain has come through. I see how much it dropped within an hour and a half. Maybe 10 degrees. Weather for Lincoln Village. Conditions are light rain with a temperature of 58 degrees. The wind is blowing at west-southwest at 16 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 89%. And that's why you have a headache. When the barometric pressure, whether it rises or it drops, that's air pressure in the air. So you can get a headache from it going down because the air is pressing down, or the air going rising. So, and that's our map. So, it's it's like rain. It ain't no rain. Weather for Colombia. Conditions are clear. Wind with a temperature of 19 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the west at 21 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 61%. Yes, see, that's what's coming here. I love the cold. And someone goes, we need to move up north. I'm like, I am up north. So, it's like, and that's what I'm telling you, move up north. I am north. And even if you go to Canada, it still gets warm up there in the summertime. We had lots of friends in Canada, and they said they were sitting there, it's hot up here. We don't like it this hot. So, like it says, tomorrow the high is only 31, when the low is only 35 tonight. So how does that work? And then low of 22. And then by Thursday, the low is 12. Friday, low 15. Saturday, low 50. See, now they're finally catching up with what the weather people on the YouTube world are saying. Whether it's Weatherman Plus, Ryan Hall, Ponder on Weather. He hasn't been making videos lately. Direct Weather. There's a whole bunch of them and everything. Well, the weather around people around here finally catching up. So, yeah, because even when it says here hourly, all right. So see, that's my screen. Me and Miss Anastasia, and the verse there is First Chronicles 4:10. And Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, "Oh, that you bless me indeed, and enlarge my coast, and that thy hand might be with me, and that so it be with thou wouldst keep me from evil, that it may not grieve me." And God granted Jabez what he requested. We have 33 for the next few nights. Now that's a good Bible study to do too. The prayer of Jabez. I'm working on that too. So let me put up the weather. All right. So 12 a.m. 60. That's roughly about 60 degrees, which is, as I said, 58. And then it continues to drop a low, 37 for a low. Oh, yeah. So by 5 a.m. or so, it'll be like 31. Then 7, 28 degrees with the wind going. Then 22. And then the nice little thing I like to see by 11 o'clock, it's going to be snow. Because they got the lake effect stones coming down. Weather for like Langawan, is that how you say Langawan? Laguan, Barat. Conditions are cloudy with a temperature of 78 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the north-northwest at 4 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 77%. I say 78, I don't mind. 78, I don't mind 78 degrees. I don't mind up to like between 80 and 85. But when it starts getting over that 85 mark, I don't like it. Oh, a long city, because then type in California. Hey, wherever Langawan Barat is at, 78 degrees though. That's a good laugh. There you go. 95201. Y'all remember that show? Or whatever that zip code was. Conditions, weather for winters. Conditions are clear with a temperature of 42 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the north-northwest at 2 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 81%. So, yeah, Everybody's getting the pineapple express that it feels like 40. Yeah, because like I said, with the humidity, right, when the humidity is over 50%, it's that the air is soaked like with moisture and everything, so you get that kind of like heaviness. And then sometimes if you go out and feel like that muggy and everything, so that's the warmer side of 42. If it's lower than 50% humidity, that's when you get the colder side of your temperature. So, but I was like, yeah, snow. So then I said, snow Thursday, 60% chance of snow, but it's going to be cold. So, and it goes back and forth. They will put in there like next week, all different days, Thursday and Friday and Saturdays, chances of snow, and then they took it off, and then they'll put it back. And I'm just like, well, yeah, the jet stream does this number and goes up and down, and there it goes, swoops down and everything. Now with the Arctic air, you can see it on their maps because it'll go up like this and it comes down and it goes up. Now I remember one year the jet stream just dropped all the way down. So remember that movie? Oh my goodness, I think it was Dennis. Was it Dennis Quaid? I don't think it was Dennis Quaid. Maybe it was. Come on, IMBD. Thank you. And I know this was back in 2000, early 2000s, maybe. The Day After Tomorrow. That's what it's called. That was a good movie. So when the polar vortex Arctic air starts to do that, it makes me think of that movie. And I'm like, hmm, Hollywood sometimes not too far off on things. It's currently 26 degrees at your house and dropping. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, it'll be dropping during the night. I remember the year the drop stream dropped here in the 80s. Yeah. But see, then these younger ones that are out there doing the weather, oh, it's never been like this before. I'm like, I told them, I said, you need to go talk to some of the people that are in the 50s and 60s and 70s and let them tell you what the weather was 50, 60 years ago. And that's what they said, it's never been like this. It's like, I don't know where they get their information from. So that's what I liked about Little House on the Prairie. Laura Ingalls sat there and wrote all those books because that was the way they kept track of things back then. They wrote it down and everything. So, yeah, back in 2010, 2009, 2010, when it's the winter with that snow, it was the whole all the way across the United States and everything. And they used to tell me, when I moved to Springfield, Missouri, oh, it never snows here. We don't get tornadoes here. We moved there in June of 2009. And that winter, we had 2 feet of snow. I'm like, oh, it doesn't snow here, huh? No, it never does this here. I'm like, oh, okay. Whatever. But the 2.5, 3 years over there, it snowed every winter. So it's like, okay, I don't know what y'all talking about. But yeah, I remember in the 80s in Florida it got down to freezing because they lost a lot of the orange trees, the oranges and everything down there. Orange juice went up. But they did bring the prices back down the following year. So, you know, I'm like, good cold in Florida. Well, what about back in, the early 80s? All that cold got down there and everything. Oh, that was nothing. Like, Y'all say it's 50 degrees and y'all are cold down there. It snowed in South Carolina like that year, like 12 inches in January or maybe for the first part of February. Yeah. 2011 is when Joplin had its tornadoes. Yep. Yeah, because it was headed to Springfield, and the townhouse was renting, it actually was built into a hill. So the back part was into, and so we had it enough to where if something would have happened, we had a way to um, take shelter because it was the living room, then the kitchen, and then we had a utility room. So that room was where we could have gone into in case something happened. I know that was bad. And I was sitting there watching and watching, and then, I mean, as soon as it got towards Springfield, it turned and went a different direction. And I'm like, oh my goodness! If I hadn't been injured and everything, we probably would have gone try to help something. I'll never forget that Joplin tornado. Logan was still living in Nixa, and I had just left there in the middle of April. I know, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I was like, everybody we were all bracing for it. I have to walk arm in arm with a stranger across the bridge. It was so slippery. Yeah. In 1970, I was working downtown Portland. A surprise freeze happened that shut the buses down and Max. The last Max was so crowded I couldn't even get on. Oh my goodness. Took me 3 hours to get home. I believe it. I believe it. Exactly. What was it? So it was either 80 or 81. Oh no, they keep all saying about this blizzard of 78. Oh my god. What blizzard of 78? Yeah, because even Virginia was heavily impacted by two significant weather events in 1978. A major blizzard in January and devastating ice storm in March. Okay, so yes, we did. That's one of the ones I'm thinking of because we had just built on or just finished building onto the house. So we had the fireplace and the wood stove, but we also had storms because we didn't have the pool then. We had the pool in 80, 81. But that year, my mom's assistant manager at the grocery store she worked at, because my dad was putting chains on the tires and he still couldn't get out of the driveway. And he called, he goes, can you get here? She goes, no, we stuck. He goes, if I come pick you up. He had a Ford Bronco. Remember those old cars, the old ones? He goes, if I come pick you up, will you come to work? Because ain't nobody else, none of the other cashiers can get there. She was the only cashier. She was a cashier. She goes, yeah, he came, picked her up, and he brought her home. But she said they opened the store, and they had power for a little bit, and then the power went out. And she said she took the paper because they still had paper bags back then, and she would add up everybody's whoever was in the store. She would add the grocery bill up and everything, and they would pay in cash or whatever. And 2017 was Snowmageddon, as good as our road system. 3 weeks. I believe that. Yeah, the day after tomorrow. No, my connection, there's ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nobody playing no video games, and you're not doing it. Talking to the internet people. So, January 19th to the 21st, the primary snow event in Virginia in 1978 occurred in January. An Arctic high sister brought a historic storm that blanketed the entire East Coast from the Ohio Valley, East Coast and Ohio Valley. 30 inches of snow, and it says mountains of Virginia, and West Virginia 10 to 20 inches across the lowlands. And then the ice storm was from March 25th to the 26th. Now that's, yeah, we still had, it was snow and then the power outage. So we used to go, especially during a thunderstorm, lights go out, power go out, because that was the only time we were able to light the candles. That's when the power went out. So when the power went out in the snowstorm, I was like, yeah. I remember my dad taking the coolers and putting the stuff from the freezers in the coolers. And all I had to do was sit it in the snow on the back porch right there, and it kept it frozen. In 2021, we had a week of 117. Oh my goodness. We never had but maybe 101 days. Since then, the winters have been warmer and drier. And that's odd. I'm just saying, go watch the movie The Day After Tomorrow. But see, then again, we really can't go by that because it does, like last year, it got cold down in Mexico. They had freeze warnings. So it's like, there's similarities, but like, you really can't, go back that because we'll go to the warmer states. Look at the weather map today. The freeze stuff is on. It's going all the way down to Texas, down to Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, down to Florida. It's like, yeah, I don't think that maybe it's quite accurate, but you know, because like I know, I remember last year, it was going to be cool. We had to board the living room off. Yeah, that's what we did. We all slept in the den with the fireplace. Oh, let's see. We took our blankets and pillows. So my mom and dad stayed in their bedroom, but we us girls, we had a sofa and like two lazy boys, whatever. But I just took blankets and I laid them in the floor and everything, and we slept in front of the wood stove. And then if it got too hard, we just went back in the bedroom. If it wasn't comfortable, we just went back in the bedroom and just threw blankets on the bed. That was middle of summer, and Southwest Idaho gets over 100 degrees. No AC, no way to cook, buy groceries, fuel, etc. Oh my goodness. Wow. In the late 90s and the entire, 96, we have 2.5 feet of snow, maybe 3 feet of snow. And they keep saying only 21, or like, they keep putting on the low numbers. I'm like, no. Anastasia's dad was 3 years old, and my ex was up there trying to shovel snow, and he walks off the porch, and he drops, and his coat was this bright red winter jacket that he had. My son was older than 2, so it was later than 93. Because Anastasia's dad, he was 3 years old. He walked off If he had not had that red coat on, I wouldn't have found him because I'm like, he went off the porch because it was like, it's not a long porch, steps. So we go out the door. I'm like, where did he go? Like, so we reached down, grabbed him by his jacket, pulled up. He's just a smile and grinning. I'm like, did you like being? He goes, that was fun. I want to do it again. I remember they had snowplows at my grandma's in 1881. Yeah, because like I said, yeah, I'm tired of hearing, oh, we ain't never had snow like this before. I'm like, you talking to the wrong age group then. And I don't have my pictures to show everybody and everything. So, all right, so 78. All right, let's calculate this. Kindergarten, first, second, third. Fourth. So, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm trying to remember. All right. So kindergarten, that was 5, 6. First grade, 6, 7. Second grade, 7, 8. Third grade, 8, 9. So 78, I was in third grade. Yeah, I was in third grade. And because 79, I've been 10. So 78, January 78. Oh, goodness. So I was 8. I was going to be 9 that year. 76 is kindergarten. 77. 75 is kindergarten. 76 is first grade. 77 is third grade. So 78 will be fourth grade. Can't do it with my fingers. High math, and I know. Anything was off on Idaho. I didn't live here, but then but they had to call the National Guard due to the amount of snow in the town where Logan and I met. Wow. Oh my goodness. Let's see, I remember. So it had to be like the summer of 80, summer of 81. It was hot. I mean, it was like 100 plus degrees outside because we would have warnings not to be outside between 1 and 5 o'clock because it was the hottest part of the day. And my dad made sure that we would come in out of the pool because we couldn't be in there. And I remember one year, okay, so my best friend, I was going to third grade to fourth grade. So it was 78 to 79. All right, so, and she was tall and skinny. But the summer of 79 and 80, 81, they had water up at the fire station that you could go up to the fire station and get, fill up so many gallons, like your milk gallons, go up there and get so much of water because there was a thing on that we couldn't use the water from the sink because it was so dry. The river ran dry and it was running dry and there was no water for it to use. You couldn't water your grass or anything. If you did, we were on a water system of even numbers on one day and odd numbers on the next day, and then they start rotating that out. And we had to go up to the fire station and get jugs of water. And her and I, here we are, we thinking we could be smart. Of course, the jugs are not heavy when they're empty. She had two for her house. I had two for our house. We walked up there. They filled it up. They go, "Are you sure y'all can walk home with this?" I'm like 10, 11, 12 years old. Oh, yeah. See? He was like, oh, what were we thinking? So we walk away. We set them down and everything. Took a rest and everything. Picked them up. And just keep on walking. And it really wasn't that far from our house to the fire station, but carrying 2 gallons of water or a gallon of water in each hand, we weren't thinking. My dad goes, how'd y'all do? And we laughed, looked at him, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, so, some of the years I may, but I know some of the years like in the 80s that we were talking about, it was hot because it was just like her mom were canning. She got, y'all sure y'all want to do canning? Like, we got to get it done. We still had gardens. So, yeah, it was up to 1983. So it had to be like those years, 80, 81, 83, because we gardened and it was hot and everything. Um, let's see here. Because we had the pool here and the garden was down there on all the side of the yard and everything. And we just had to make sure that the pool water didn't get into the garden because that was chlorine water. And then, because I think we measured it, how we measured, we took our feet and measured the yard. What was like 66 feet across and or somewhere like 70 feet across and 60 feet this way or whatever. We were always trying to figure out if it was an acre, if it was a half acre, how much it was and everything. And I said, I think y'all got a half acre. No, we do not have a half acre. So we started measuring just to see. But that was just, that was the front yard. We didn't, and then we measured the backyard, and then we added it all up, and it was like, they're like, well, y'all stop. I was like, well, I think you get a half acre. We had the best time. We sat there, my best friend and I, we talked about, so we could put a roller coaster in the backyard. They're like, you can't do that. I'm like, yes, we can, because we've got it really figured. Aerodynamics, we got it all figured out. We could put it, and then we can make some money. All kinds of silly things we thought of to make money back then. Like, oh, what? You go up around the tree, come down like this, come around like this, and go back up around the tree. They don't have to be big. They make them small now anyway. They can make them big, they can make them small. So we already had that in our heads. About, the roller coaster or what we could put in there. And everything, or like a carnival type thing. If they let us do it, that'd have been fun. But they didn't. So, yeah, I think I have to ask Anastasia what was she like with this. I'm gonna figure out how much fabric this is. Because if I open it up, I know this is cotton because I bought this one. So it's thin, So then I would, if I made like a skirt with it, I would definitely have to have a liner in it, or oh, or she would have to put a slip on underneath. Yeah, remember those half slips, the whole or a whole slip. Then they start making clothes so where you didn't have to wear a slip with it and everything. Bought me a dress. I needed a whole slip with it, but they don't have that anymore. They just have half slips and then like. So I went to go look about buying like the top, like the a top slip, and it's like I don't know how they size things anymore. It's like just the most weirdest thing ever. She could wear a long sleeve shirt, but use it for summer too. And I have to. I mean, that's probably is like 3 yards, but it's not enough to if it had for a front and a back. I would have to get something because I was thinking about the skirt because don't you have to have the fabric folded and then cut out? Cut it out. Then one side is for the front and the other side is for the back. But oh, it's raining again. Well, at least no thunderstorm. I like thunderstorms. I don't know. Or maybe I could use this. But it's got the same. No, it's got the same width. I don't know. Could I use that for the inside lining? And that way we have to worry about the boys. So they so protective of her. She don't like boys right now anyway, so I thought that was a good thing. I found my old diary from my freshman year of high school. I don't know why I laugh or cry. I was a troubled teen with so much a typical teenage girl. Do y'all and y'all still have yours? I don't have mine. Actually, I would start one and then when I start it and then forget about it. And I do that with journals. Or I'm gonna start a journal. I'm gonna write down stuff. Uh, I started one for Anastasia. I have no idea where it's at. See, that's not long enough either. Wee. Leave myself on the fabric. Yeah. Because she's my height, so let me move this here. So at least, this. Alright, so that goes halfway down my leg. So below, let's say, maybe 5 inches below my knee. So even if I put that liner, this like in it, it would help some. Remember this? Remember sticker pages? Each page had like, oh my, I like a stack like this. I would collect those stickers. Oh my goodness. I have one from first grade. Oh my goodness. my older sister was more into doing it than me. Yeah, I haven't talked to them since 2009. So whatever was up in the attic, or whatever got thrown, I'm quite sure it got thrown away. So, but I probably wouldn't want anything from the attic of the house because of the squirrels and the birds, and because we would hear the squirrels. Across, we're like, "There's squirrels in the attic." I'm like, go put up. So when they built on at the A-frame on the eaves of the house, they put vents there. Um, but they didn't put like a mesh behind it to keep squirrels out or anything. So we kept telling them they were up there in the attic. I don't hear nothing. He didn't hear anything anyway because he worked at the printing press for years before they made him wear earplugs. And so he was deaf anyway. Deaf anyway. I still have an old coffee can of stickers. I collected cancel stamps too. Yeah. Y'all remember those Trista beads necklace? You put them on, they were long, and you had to like two or three, and you twist them in the knot, and so you can make them shorter or longer. I still had mine for a long time. And then my sister, 1 year for Christmas, both of them. It was I don't know if it was 24 karat gold necklace and the beads, but they were called add a bead necklace, and each you could add a bead to it or whatever. And then I don't have Garbage Pail Kids. Yeah, I remember them. Now I had a Snoop. Remember stick pins that came out? And you put the stick pin on your lapel, so it would stick through, and they had the little thing on the end. I had a Snoopy one. It was Snoopy and was stuck on the half moon, and I know my one of my sisters had it, so I don't know what they did with it. But I still have the little doggy one that I had. I just don't have the end part of it, so I still have to find something to use to put on the end. I still have some my little records from the early '80s. Oh, that's awesome! Do you remember Mon Monchichis? I remember that. They weren't that much here in the East Coast as probably as the West Coast, but we did have them. We would have stuff. If it didn't do well, then they wouldn't have it no more. But if it did well, like in the Midwest or at the West Coast and everything, it was still out there. We would call. My dad would call. His brother lived in California, and then we had family reunion in 1980. It was our first family reunion. So I was 11. So see, now that's how you remember things. Look, milestones like that and everything. How about an East Breeze bag? Now see, I don't remember that. We probably did. And they came, they had something like y'all were talking about the GGs and everything. We go, what's that? And they shared us. It was like, oh, we had this. We don't have those no more. You know, like, and it didn't, or it didn't do that well in that area, but up towards Washington D.C. or whatever, they had it, and then it's like, what y'all thinking? Cabbage Patch Kids. You remember those? Oh my goodness, my cousin, he was in line to get one for his daughter because I see she was born 78, so maybe 80. 81 when they came out. And he said the lady tried. Oh my goodness, he said it was a fight in those lines for those Cabbage Patch Kids. How about those puff balls from the back? They had different ones. Yep, leg warmers. Oh wait, those were out for years, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, but see, the only reason why leg warmers went out of style later on, and later on, like in the mid '80s, because it got warm and it wasn't as cold. But boy, when we had that snow in '86 and '87, we sure wish they kept those leg warmers. History jellies. Oh yes, the beans, the little cat. I just lost the name, but it was a gray and had twisted whiskers. Not twisted whiskers. Yeah, they have. I don't think I have. Oh, I have to go look. I'm not looking right now, but I think I have like the little things like that would be in Joann's or Hobby Lobby in their free patterns. Ah, they're in stores, but I have like a stack like this. And leg warmers is one of them. I have a Cabbage Patch head earmuffs. Yeah. Rubik's Cube. Leg warmers would be so nice right now. No, I know. I'm just like, I'm gonna have to crochet me a pair of leg warmers. Still need to crochet me a pair of mittens or gloves. One to two. I still have my Cabbage Patch doll. Aw. Yeah, mine was up in the attic, so if they realize, my brothers and sisters realized what money they had when they cut the stuff down, they probably just threw it away just because. I don't know. And I had Barbie dolls, um, 77, 78, and 80. Um, then my mom said Barbie doll clothes for me. And then one year I got, it was a car or a van or something or another. Had Ken doll, had Barbie's sister, Skipper. And then one year I got the doll house. You know, 3 foot tall doll house with the you pull for the elevator to go up and down and everything. So I think it was, so it had to be 83 maybe, because she was little. So that same cousin, they talked me into giving my doll house to my cousins, which would be my second cousin. I did not want to. I was just like, I had a feeling, I knew it was going to get destroyed. So it wasn't too long, a couple months or so afterwards, we went to their house. Oh, you still have your pound puppy? That's so cool. And she did. She destroyed that thing. Because I go, you can go in there and play, go in her room and play and everything. I walked in there, saw what she did to it. I turned and walked out. And I'm like, no, that's okay. And, and my mom knew something was wrong, but I didn't say anything until after we left. She goes, what's wrong? I said, she destroyed my Barbie house. Yeah. And all I ever was told, oh, you were too old for it anyway. I said, hey, I wanted to save it and give it to my daughter. I had stuff I wanted to say. Pass it down. I don't know. And so now, let me think. I gotta look this up. All right. Lady and the Tramp. Next, say Lady and the Tramp was 1955. The summer between 70, I would say 76 to 78, one of those years. Um, let's see here. I'm trying to see when they came out. No, that's not first. No, that's not what I'm looking for. No, that's not it either. 80s with the tag. So I would say at least maybe around 1980, my sister got me Lady from Lady and the Tramp stuffed dog. I mean, so I gave that to Anastasia. She still has it, and I'm just like, she she's got all up in there with everything else. I was trying to remember seeing. None of these are like what I have. No, that's not it either. That says 1985. But yeah, so that's how I sit there and start thinking about things and when it was and everything. So 1980, we had our first family reunion. And summer, that was a warm summer. Pretty warm because I think we had in June. So I want to say maybe it was early summer. End of June. I know it wasn't the 4th of July. And I do remember my mom going in there and saying, how come they didn't have the air conditioner on for their mom, which would be my grandmother and everything, because it was so hot. So, yeah. Now, all those pictures, I don't know what they had to do with all those pictures. But that first family reunion, we had 300. That's just my dad's side. Counted. 1980 was my first full summer living in CA, California. Oh, wow. All right, have a good night. Yeah, I'm going to go to bed here myself. I can feel my eyes kind of drooping a little bit. I was trying to do 2.5 hours. I don't think so. So, but yeah, that's how you can remember different things. Is certain things, events in your life, everything, and then start writing them down as you remember. That's a good way to leave a legacy of your memories and all. But yeah, I'm getting tired. I gotta put all this stuff back together and put it away. So thank y'all so much for sticking around and having a good time. We're gonna be doing some sewing and see what we can make. Oh, good night, Mr. and Mrs. Job and Miss Karma and Miss Heather and Rebecca and everybody on the TV watching and those watching the replay. Thank you so much. Those who were in here earlier, thank you. So y'all have a good night. God bless. Stay safe. We love y'all. And we'll see you tomorrow night on Our Treasure Home. That's going to be a good one.